Yo, Crypto Nation and mining family, what's going on? What up, what up, what up, all you happy hashers out there? Hopefully everybody's doing amazing. Let me know if the video quality is pretty sharp. I did make an adjustment in OBS and have turned up my bitrate a little bit, so it should be a little crispier video. Hopefully, that's like what the theory is. YouTube's been telling me to turn up my bitrate, so I was like, okay, I'll do it this time. So as you guys are sliding on in, hopefully my video is coming to you nicely. It doesn't look like YouTube is complaining. He's like, hello, brother, looking HD. Oh, they got that hot definition. Nice. Very nice. All right, so how's it going, everybody? Definitely as you're sliding on in, smash that Lizardy like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We already know how YouTube likes it. Thumbs up, thumbs down, does not matter, right? What's going on? Got 22s. What's up, son of a rabbit? Oh, what's up, Crypto Padel? FA, but no notice. It's like, sold my ETH. Nice. Nice. Made a little profit. I didn't post the video up not that long ago, so YouTube might have not taken... usually I can get the notifications out if I can give YouTube like about a half hour, 45 minutes of notification. Today I just kind of started going through stuff and posted live. Nice. So, all right, let's go ahead and dig right out into it. It's like, ew, Tech Man, you still have ETH? He's like, thanks for the liquidity. It's like, yeah, I'm right there with you, Bedell. It's like, ew, gross. Your current bit rate is lower than the recommended. We recommend you use a bit rate of 13,500. I'm gonna see if OBS will let me do this. We are gonna turn this up. We're gonna crank it. Crank it to the moon. 11, 12, 13. All right. Well, I just put it to the recommended bit rate that they recommended. It's the first time I've gone up this high. Holy cow. Because, like, I come from the days that if you put your bit rate up to, like, 6,000, you were pushing it. So hopefully that like, I'm not really using too much of my CPU in the process of it. Nice. Excellent. It's like video is fun. Audio is great. Plus hear the little bit of the music in the background. I know, it's like you gotta have a little bit of something in the background. God, so boring otherwise. Just sold 22.19. Good God. That's a lot of that's a lot. Nice. I won't disclose what I did. Yeah. So let's go ahead and dive right on into things. Yo. So here we got TradingView. It is a free tool for you guys to all utilize if you're doing investments. It's good to have as many tools at your disposal, but at the same time, don't overcomplicate things. You're just looking for market movements, market momentum. Where is it building up velocity? Does it look like we're at a peak? Does it look like we're bouncing around in a downward trend? You know, you're looking for basically patterns that are going to be like, okay, with this pattern, typically you do this some more. You know what I'm saying? Or typically you do, you start going up after this. And that's all these charts are for. There are many, 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 many YouTubers out there that, oh, I can predict the market. If you could do it about 60% of the time, you're doing good. The rest of the time, you're just hoping you're not losing too much. And that's just the cold facts when it comes down to any kind of investing. That's why so many people just go dollar cost average. You incrementally put in over time. This way you can have that brain off situation. You're investing whether the market's up or down. Typically, you end up averaging out the same. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about timing markets unless you're trying to make a particular move. That's the only time you need to. Now, if you're going, hey, is this a good time to like scoop up some cheap Bitcoin, or is we gonna get some cheaper Bitcoin? Or is this at the top? Do I want to pick up $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, or maybe just $100 worth of Bitcoin? You know what I'm saying? Like it gives you that market temperature of what it's doing. It's like Golden Wolf, DMG it. BTC go back down. I want to get my HELOC. Yeah, exactly. It's like Bitcoin go back down. Go back down. Trying to will it, guys. It's not working. Bitcoin's the honey badger, and honey badger don't give up. Yep. But anyway, S&P and NASDAQ trading out sideways. Dow Jones having a blip in the market of a pullback. Japan, they're going to be pulling out ahead because that's a manipulated market. Britain, that's another manipulated market. Euro, the European market, another manipulated one going up. You can always tell markets going up, but you got Dow Jones Industrial Average. These are industrial companies. How can you have the industries pull back, but government's still on the rise? Makes things that make you go for 200. So the market is heavily manipulated, guys. I mean, we all crypto guys know this, but if anybody's stumbling upon this for the very first time, it's like, guys, all of your anything you're investing in, to a point, is manipulation. Apple doing pretty decent. People are always going to be buying Apple products. They've got very loyal followers, no matter how bad the product. It's amazing. Amazon pulling back. They're going to be continuously pulling back. They had a lot of run up from COVID, and some of that stuff's now starting to wear off. Alphabet, that's going to go up and down depending on advertisements. Alphabet and Meta are both two platforms that do not produce any product, but they host advertisements. So you're looking at an advertisement platform. So you're looking at businesses doing good for Alphabet and Meta to actually be doing good also. With the way that the markets are, you're seeing a big pullback away from Meta. Alphabet's, zooming forward. You're going to have X amount of companies that are dying off because they're just getting muscled out. Stuff's too expensive. So they're cutting back in places. So you're going to have a certain percentage of businesses that have died, certain amount of percentage of businesses that are just cut budgets for advertisements. And that's going to affect Meta and Alphabet directly. So that's some of the reasons why, like, your smart investors, they're going to play around with Meta and Alphabet, but only during after a pullback, they'll drop a little bit into it because they know when the economy zooms back up, there's going to be more advertisements. They're going to be able to make a spread on it. But for the regular average investor, these are two platforms that I would personally stay away from, just because they rely on third-party members for you to have profitability. Oh yeah, I'll get to that, Tech Man. I will. That's one of the spicy topics for today, guys. That is one of the spicy topics. I'm just kind of killing a little time here. So did Biden expect to veto that Friday? I'm not sure. It's just stopping in. What up, New England crypto? What up, my dude? What's going on, dude? What's up? Oh my gosh. It looks like YouTube likes my bitrate where I have it now. It's no longer complaining to me. It's like excellent connection. I had to turn up the bitrate. I haven't had to do that in a long time. And my computer doesn't care. I wonder if this pump is to make the bull trap for an exit liquidity. Bro, that is some let's see here. I could pull up that little article right here. Bam. So, will Washington embrace or restrict crypto? With Bitcoin's value skyrocketing and Wall Street showing a keen interest, the U.S. industry is on the edge of a crucial vote in Washington nears. Now, I don't see them particularly getting rid of crypto. Why? Because they've already approved so much for Bitcoin. So this is definitely not a Bitcoin ban. This is a crypto ban, is what they're looking at. Everything that is causing people to lose lots of money because it's an unregistered security and should not be really offered to the general public outside of if you want to offer it in the purpose of gambling. If you want to make a gambling, make all crypto, just put it into the gambling section, sure, I bet you they could sit there and walk around it in a different way. Be like, oh, all these other little projects, it's gambling. So we no longer are looking at these as investment vehicles. You're now playing a game of Russian roulette. Are you going to win, or is this an exit scam? But because of the fact that we have Bitcoin and Ethereum, that is being very widely accepted, especially in the elite sections, right? Because you're going to have God, what the heck is it? Chamath. I forget what the guy's last name was. It's Chamath something. He's part of the team that had originally started up Facebook. So, and he's a Democrat mega donor. He believes in Ethereum. He believes in the Bitcoin. He has both. You think that they're going to start pissing off their mega donors? No. So this is going to be more. It's going to be going for the trading of a lot of these different, just gambling style tokens. XRP. They're looking at that as a security. Even though you got people like Charles Hotchkiss from Cardano trying to go, the Howey test is an outdated 90-year-old measuring stick. But it's funny how that measuring stick, for the most part, holds true today as it did back then. It was like a set of basic guidelines in order to launch something fairly to the public. The financial innovations and technology for the 21st century, the FIT21, could transform the regulatory landscape for digital assets, either integrating them more fully or hindering their growth. FIT21 proposes a significant change in how the U.S. handles digital currencies. Currently, Oversight is split between the Securities Exchange Commissions and the Commodities Futures Trading Commissions. FIT 21 would make the CFTC the main regulator for cryptocurrencies, which is the Commodities Futures Trading Commissions, providing clearer rules for the industry. The bill also includes protections for consumers and guidelines for handling assets in bankruptcy. So it's basically going to make them jump through a bigger hoop. If they want to sit there and offer their product in the United States, there's a set of standards. Something that I would look at as, okay, you should be able to basically go X, Y, and Z. You're a company. If any other company that is required to do the same thing, we should be able to require it for the crypto industry. Just because it's a digital asset doesn't make a product any different from a digital product versus a physical product. So there, it's like there should be standards, in my opinion. Now, if this regulates a lot of those altcoins out of the U.S. market, whatever. Look at the market already. Are you able to legally actually buy all these different cryptos? Even though we have ways to be able to get those cryptos if we really choose to go out of our way to do so. But as a direct option to the United States, no, that's not going to exist. The SEC or the CFTC is going to put the brakes on there. It was already kind of being hinted out of the SEC that they were going to require all these coins to actually register with them before they could sit there and start allowing them. They were like, okay, we're going to give you your option, but you have to completely register with us. We want to know the ins and outs of where your company's from, and who your donors are, who your backers are, who owns you. And this is going to go right in lockstep with the that TikTok ban that they put out. What the heck was that? The Safety Act or whatever that thing was that allowed them to go after TikTok the way they did. It's going to incorporate that whole thing in with this. Watch. Let it be a partially Chinese-owned company, altcoin. They're going to sit there and register, go, yeah, we want to be part of the American market. They're not going to think nothing of it, and it's going to come over, and all of a sudden, the U.S. is going to kick it back and go, but you have to sell your company to a non-Chinese company, to a non-Chinese owned entity. And they're, what, you're going to force every one of these Chinese companies to sell off? Who's going to be the buyer on that side? It's a crypto coin. So this is going to be really interesting. How all these different bills that have already been put out there incorporate with this FIT 21 if it goes through. I don't look at it as anything that's going to ban. It's not going to restrict crypto any more than it's already restricted, and it's just going to hold them to a higher standard. No more. Oh, we got hacked, guys. So sorry. Bye. No, that's and you wouldn't even have that with a standard company. So there's got to be some kind of fail-safe with these crypto companies if they want to offer something in the United States. If they're going to offer $5 million, well, guess what? They got to prove that they got $5 million worth of liquidity in the bank account to be able to pay these people. Something along those lines. Now, I know that would hinder regulation. That kind of regulation would hinder the whole crypto market. At the same time, there are also ways that right now of skirting around that. It's always crypto always has found a way. So it's not like they're just going to be limiting you from directly going and purchasing it. Whatever. I mean, is it any different than it is today? Like XRP Army here. Oh, I'm so sorry, Crypto Bedell. They're taking another blow. You do know that, right? That their stable coin just got labeled a security. Bro, freaking XRP is a house of cards right now, and the wind is starting to blow. Somebody is trying to open the door quickly on the house of cards. I don't see XRP really kind of going any further than where it's at right now. I mean, I know there's people out there that even right now they're in mega profits from where they originally got in on XRP. And that's kudos to anybody who got in early enough for that stuff. You know, you're totally gambling that would have happened, and you know that's awesome. I'm not going to shit on anybody for making money, but yeah, I don't see it really going up from here. They are in the hot seat with SEC, big time. Oh my god. And I honestly think Tether has paid for its security. I don't see Tether getting messed with any further, guys. If you haven't seen this, check this one out, guys. Bam. So we've got Tether now holds more U.S. treasuries than Germany. Yes, you guys, you've heard that right. Tether, the largest stablecoin issuer, reportedly at $4.52 billion profit in the first quarter as of March 31st. Tether's finances showed a $91 billion in direct and indirect U.S. Treasury bill holdings, along with $5.4 billion in Bitcoin. This makes Tether the 19th largest holder of U.S. Treasuries, positioned between South Korea and Germany. Yes, guys, that basically secures that the United States will not go after Tether any further. If Tether blows up right now, the 19th largest holder, that would be devastating to the United States. Do you think they're going to regulate Tether out of the U.S. market? They're the highest they're one of the highest holders of treasuries. They can affect the US market by putting in a sell order. I mean, think about that. Tether now has kind of like a little bit of a negotiation with the United States at this point. That is insane. Former House Speaker Rand Paul has called for a stablecoin regulation, which I don't think it's going to happen. In a rare video shared by Radar on X, Ryan emphasized the need to regulate due to the increased demand for treasuries and the stronger presence of the United States dollar in a digital market asset. As stablecoin treasury holdings grow, their potential to support the U.S. dollar also increases. This is true. Tether is the largest holdings, underscores its role in the United States digital dollar strength. Tethers strategically reflect a trend towards digital assets and becoming a key to traditional finance. Its investments in the United States' treasuries is only its digital tokens, but also boosts demand for its U.S. government debt. So they're basically buying the debt and pegging their stable token against the dollar. That genius, right? Being the 19th largest holder now, they're not going to regulate Tether. They can't. This just grabbed the United States by the balls. And they'll be like, "Oh, you don't want us to be in we should probably sell what we have, right? Is that what this means? I need to sell it because if too much of Treasury gets sold in lieu of getting U.S. dollars, right? Would the U.S. shut the door down on the convertibility of their treasuries into dollars, like they did, like Nixon did in '71 to the gold window? He shut down the Bretton Woods system in '71 and made us a fiat dollar system instead of having at least precious metals backing it. Since '71, there's been nothing backing the United States. So, except for the idea that people have been purchasing the debt in the form of a treasury. This is just actually when I came across this, I was like, my mouth actually kind of hit the ground a little bit. What up, Sheen? What up? What up? Yeah, my mouth hit the ground whenever I was like, oh my lord, if they were to sell their holdings, it's like, what would that do? 91 billion in direct and indirect treasury build holdings. How $91 billion being sold off. And who would buy it? Would this force the US to buy it? So, yeah, well played. Well played, Tether. Well played. I will agree with that. Well played. And guys, careful with investments sometimes too. The GameStop Tribute meme coin. If you haven't already bought this like a hot minute ago, you already missed the boat. So don't be jumping on it if you see the numbers. Oh my God, it's 1,900% up. It can go up even further. 1,900% in a small amount of time. It doesn't take much to raise a coin that has the market cap that's really low. Somebody putting in a few $100,000 can jump up a small cap coin thousands of percentage points. But since the GameStop, got whatever that guy was, he tweets out it's game time, and everybody starts buying the GameStop stock again, and of course the GameStop Tribute meme coin surges as fever returns. But guys, don't get hung up on this stuff. I mean, if you haven't already bought any of this stuff, you already missed the boat. You're just basically buying somebody else's coin that it's not going to go up any higher. I've played the game back in the day where you turn around and you're purchasing all these coins and you're like, oh yeah, keep going, and you watch it just kind of roll over and you're like, uh-oh, and sell. And I made like 1 or 2 percentage points. Cool, I didn't lose, but yeah, I basically bought somebody else. I was somebody else's exit liquidity during the hype. I was dumb retail. That's how retail gets sucked into this stuff. Is they'll see that, oh my God, it's up 300%. I got to jump in, and that's already the hype. Dumb retail will jump in at that point and try to make money, and realize that they're the exit liquidity for somebody else making money. Don't be that person. Right now, I don't think that it's like the market's probably already exhausted itself. You're talking about a coin that probably registered at 0.000008 and it rose to 0.01. So just a little over a penny is where it rose to. Thousands of a percent up from where it was at, right? It's like, oof. Not where you want to be. Not where you want to be right now. If you think it's going to make it 2 cents, you're not going to see as much rise as if somebody who bought in day one on this game token meme, right? So kind of be careful with that. Oh yeah, the Roaring Kitty. That's what the guy's name is. Keith Gill. He just sit there and tweeted out, "It's game time," and everybody jumped in. So it's gonna happen. You know, this guy knows he knows his GameStop stock, and he's manipulating the price with a bunch of other people. It's awesome that the smaller people can actually stick it to some of these guys, and we got somebody who's watching the market on the backside heavily and understanding what the hell is going on. He's actively looking at all the buy and sell orders on the stock market, on all the exchanges. So he's sitting there watching what's going on, and he's just using a bunch of other people to help him catch these people with their pants down. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. Uh, Here's an awesome one. I don't trust the source of where the in. Let me just put it this way. It's Wells Fargo. This is one of the sleaziest sleazeball banks out there. They foreclosed on people's loans for their houses. Foreclosed their house and seized the house back from them on loans that Wells Fargo internally took out against these people's houses. And when Wells Fargo defaulted on those loans, they came collecting the houses that the loans were on. And they made more money than what they were fined. And good people that did nothing wrong lost their homes because of Wells Fargo. I know people who have had their credit wrecked, and we're still fighting this. I don't know if they finally got any kind of settlement out of it, but yeah, they were fighting it for a long time. Where Wells Fargo screwed them over, seized their home from them for a loan that they never took out. It's wild that here we are talking about Wells Fargo. I hate this bank. These people are freaking sleazeballs that shouldn't even exist anymore. But it is the third largest bank in the U.S., so there's that. They're also making a giant Bitcoin push. You think they're going to be banning any kind of Bitcoin anytime soon? Now, when you got banks sitting there pushing for Bitcoin usage, according to the application made to the SEC, Wells Fargo became the is the largest. Well, yeah, is the largest bank, third largest bank in the U.S. Became the owner of a Bitcoin spot ETF share. So they now have the product. They have been bitten. Now, how far they'll go down the rabbit hole? No idea. Do I really care if they're into Bitcoin at all? No, I prefer them not to be. We don't need to have them trying to collateralize Bitcoin to manipulate the price like they do with gold and silver. But Wells Fargo, the largest bank in the United States, disclosed its investment in the spot Bitcoin ETFs in a recent filing with the SEC. The bank's investment portfolio includes Grayscale's spot Bitcoin ETF, ProShares Bitcoin Strategies Futures ETF, and Bitcoin Depot Inc. Has shares. Spot Bitcoin's ETFs have gained popularity among the institutional investor. They provide exposure to Bitcoin's price movement without the need of direct ownership of the asset. They're basically getting exposure to the market and gambling the price. And they never had to actually buy the Bitcoin, so they don't have to disclose any digital assets. They just got to disclose a ETF like they would any other investment vehicle that they would get involved with. So they're not touching Bitcoin, and they're going to buy and sell this stuff. And the thing is, people don't understand is that once I make it an investment vehicle, right? You can start doing what they do, what they've been doing to GameStop. This is that game that they've been playing with GameStop. Is that you have these hedge fund managers, and they're doing blind sales, or they're doing a short sale or a blind short sale. Uh, and basically, a short sale is where I borrow stock from somebody. I put that up for sale. I will sell it at spot, and I'm now betting that the price is going to drop, and then I'm going to buy back in when it drops, and I'm going to give back the investment back to the person A, and I'm going to take the profit off the top, right? A blind short sale is where they don't even have the shares. They just put a sell order in. And what they're trying to do is spook the market so that they can just, and then right before the sell is supposed to be executed, they cancel the sell, and it doesn't blow past their margin call that they got on the backside of it. So nobody's really the wiser. That's where the whole GameStop happened. So if you know that's happening, you can get enough. If you got enough pull and enough money to go into the market, you can make that swing, go in the other direction, and absolutely wreck. And you'll force them to have to buy, and they're not going to have to buy just what they were hoping to get back. They've got to cover the margin call plus the blind short. So they've actually got to cover double. And that's what causes price to really move rapidly, is that they've got the amount of money that they've got to cover right off the rip. So it is going to be an amazing thing to see some of that happen, if anybody can see it happening with Bitcoin. But seeing that the market is as big as it is, I don't know if there's enough people that can actually hit some of these institutional people if they're trying to do something stupid like that. And if vice versa, I don't know if them trying to play like that on Bitcoin because of the way that the market is, like it's even worth it for them to play the spot ETF and having the blind short sales and stuff like that. I don't know if it's feasible. I mean, I'm sure it could be done still, but I don't know if it's really worth it. I mean, it's the ultimate gambling, and you don't have enough to really move the market. You'd have to be a Michael Saylor with MicroStrategy, which is one of the largest fund managers that owns Bitcoin next to ARK Investment with Cathie Woods. So I mean, it'll be really interesting to see where some of these banks are going to be going in with Bitcoin and stuff, because they're not the only ones. We got JP Morgan. We know how much JP Morgan's poo-pooed on Bitcoin in the past, and slowly has changed his tune over the years. But it also announced it owns a spot ETF holding also, guys. So, I mean, we're going to see more and more. I mean, from Jamie Dimon, who called it a Ponzi scheme, a scam with no future as a currency. And he has consistently advised investors to stay away from the volatile digital asset. Here he is. JP Morgan Chase is part of it. You know, it's like first they ignore you, then they hate you, then they shun you, and then they quietly love you. Is this that they quietly loving us phase? I really don't care, to be honest. It makes absolutely no I could really care less if they get into it, if they get burned in the process of it, if their customers get burnt in the process of it. They don't own any physical Bitcoin. These are spot ETFs. These ETFs are paper Bitcoin. This is their garbage and vehicle investments for the potential manipulation. But again, I don't know if they've got enough if they can invest enough to actually manipulate the pricing the way that governments would really like to see it. I doubt it. I mean, a lot of these banks are already broke, so and they have to have some of this money right up there. Otherwise, they've got to pull out loans against stuff in order to do this. What up, Rude, my dude? What up? What up? So, yeah, I mean, we've been seeing a lot of these volatile markets really kind of hitting in. Tether's kind of getting its own little foothold. XRP's getting nailed. More altcoins are going to get hit up. I mean, to me, it doesn't. It's like nothing changes. In my opinion, because they're not going to go after Bitcoin. They're not going to go after Tether. It'd be that's just they already know it. It's too late for that. So I really don't see that bill really being anything other than a nothing sandwich. People are going to get all worried about a whole lot of nothing. Do I think it's going to get passed in the long term? No, not at all. Not at all. And let's go ahead and get some hardware news going down here. So AMD confirms next generation updates during its Computex 2024 keynote speech. So they're going for next generation of high performance PC. And they've been killing it, guys, with their CPUs, guys. I mean, if you haven't been like mining with your CPU, you've been living under a rock, because that stuff is profitable. Been profitable for a while, and it's such low amount of power, entry level stuff that you can get involved with. That even with GPU mining not being at the height of everything, we could still sit there and have some kind of hardware that is mining that is still profitable, and CPU mining is one of it. Tech man, it's like, I see Satoshi. I don't know about that. Don't know about that. I mean, so we are going to be seeing that it's going to be confirming its next gen architecture at Computex. AMD has updated their website to list the focus for the keynote, and unsurprisingly, it's all about AI. Of course, that's the new hot topic, right? We support current things, and high performance PC. The keynote description refers to the next generation of high performance PC, data center, and AI solutions, which indirectly confirms Zen 5 architecture updates and to the AMD XDNA AI accelerators. Wow, that's a big old mouthful on that one. So this is going to be what we're going to be able to look forward to. And what I like about that is, in the backside of everything, it causes prices to go down. So AMD Ryzen 9 7950X at a new low price. You've seen, guys, I've been paying attention to this because, CPUs, we all need those for mining rigs. I mean, even if we're building mining rigs, at this point, you might as well incorporate your AMD cards, AMD CPU and motherboard combos into your mining rigs because, well, let's be real about it. Intel, although is reliable, will run all of your GPUs as intended, right? I mean, it's tried and true, but you're not going to be able to mine with with your Intel where it's worth it. So you end up just running them as GPU rigs, and if you're going to be having these things on, having the fans on for the coolers for the CPUs, you might as well be mining with it. And getting out of some of the older tech hardware sometimes is a welcomed idea, because some of these older hardware might not be in full support of what you're trying to do. And let's say, hey, you're only trying to build a PC for yourself. I'm Team AMD when it comes to CPUs anyway. I'm running a Threadripper, full transparency. So I'm not really a big fan of the Intel chips, especially the newer ones. Nah. I don't want to have. I'm not trying to run a furnace. I've already got I've already got a Threadripper. I don't want something that's actually smaller than my Threadripper to be hotter than my Threadripper is. No. 300 watts for what? For what, guys? Yeah, exactly. So, heck yeah, John Germain, AMD for the win. So, I mean, if you're trying to do like workstation stuff, and you're in you do mostly gaming, yeah, you might be able to get away with Intel. Even then, fuck Intel, dude. Their GPUs are lackluster. I'm hoping that Battle Mage is better. Their drivers is where it hurts them. Their software fucking doesn't work all the way still to this day. And it's like, and I'd love to be able to run their stuff, but it's not something that the mainstream people are going to be wanting. It's not a straightforward, easy to use out of the box like AMD and NVIDIA. And just to top it all off, mining software doesn't even really support all of this stuff, all the Intel stuff. So to me, it's like, full stop. I have no purpose for it outside of running it in a gaming computer, or running it in a rendering machine. Outside of that, I got no necessity for running Intel CPUs or their GPUs. There's nothing that they really offer. AMD and NVIDIA offer me way more better products that are utilized by everybody for all sorts of things, from AI development, gaming, and mining. Like, I've been an Intel fanboy forever, but they dropped the ball. AMD kicks butt. See, I've been a fan of AMD since, I want to say, Piledriver. Yeah, it goes back a ways. I've always been an AMD fan. Always. And they weren't always the straightforward, easy to use out of the box back in the day. But I just like the idea that it was easier for me to manipulate the AMD hardware than it was for me to manipulate Intel. Intel was like, no, you have to do it our way. And AMD's like, yeah, you sure you want to do that? You might break something. All right, go for it. Bulldozer, yeah. That's 8. Oh god, the 530 chipsets. Woof. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like you're looking at, like, I started building stuff like early 90s. Like, no, I mean, like late 90s is where I started building. And I mean, I played with computers like the Apple II and stuff like that, but as far as like building computers and stuff, yeah, it was like 98, 99. Back in the day, ATI Rage 128. Oh my god, yeah. Yep. IBM was a bad one too. Yeah, You had to have IBM build you an IBM, and then IBM would tell you what you could do with your IBM. Oh my God, yeah, those were the days. And if you guys are into like phones and new laptops and stuff, Qualcomm new Snapdragon X laptops are here, guys. We got the Snapdragon Elite and the Plus, guys. So of course the Elite's going to be your higher tier processor that is going to also utilize a little bit more power. So you'll have a little bit less battery life on there, but a little better performance overall. I believe that both the Elite and the Snap and the Plus for everyday like usage, you're more than likely not gonna to notice a huge amount difference between the two until you put them into specific workloads. So whenever if you're just like basic usages on there, you know, whatever one has a good price, has a screen you're looking for. Sometimes, you know, the Elite on the Elite, you probably have some of your touch screens on there. So if you're looking for that, you'll have a better time of finding it on the Elite package. But definitely coming out with new ones, and that means we should be starting to see some new chipsets for the phones also. Hmm. Oh my God, yeah, Radeon AGP 970, yeah, 9700 all in one. I know, I love small form factor Golden Wolf. Some of the stuff is like like really good, man. I mean, you have some of the AMD products that are in the small form factor. And they've got great networking capabilities in there. You can link them in across, you know, networking them all together. You know, and it's like, of course, they've also got software that'll link them across, you know, vast amount of area too. But I just like the idea that you can get such a decent computer in such a small little form factor. Now, it's not going to be your gaming computer. I get that. You're not. I mean, you can mine on it, but it's really not worth it. But it's still nice, powerful units for like a daily driver. Oh, nice, Golden Wolf. Yeah, I know a few. I know somebody who. Oh God, I forget which one he's got. He's doing. He uses it to render some of his videos. And he's like, bro, it's actually pretty snappy. You know, he's like, I'm running in. He's like, I'm editing it in 1080p, and he's like, it takes like 10 minutes. I mean, I'm doing it in 2K, and it takes me 6 minutes for the same length video. So I mean, it's not a huge difference, but I mean, you can see the difference between the small form factor versus my Threadripper. And my Threadripper is old. I mean, it's a 1950X, so it's the last of the first gens. So it's nothing new. But to see it actually doing decent against, you know, a small form factor, and it's like 3 minutes faster on a 20-minute video, 3 to 4 minutes faster. You're going to be looking at, if you got to do a full production workload day, you know, I'm able to render out more videos per day than a small form factor. Now, if you're just trying to do small little workloads like that, then you're golden. You don't have to worry about anything. But yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. You'd have to, if you want heavier workloads, you just got to get an actual bigger, you know, normal computer in there, because heat's going to hold it back. And just its own core count's going to hold it back for the amount of power it can actually flow through. to keep up with the full workload. But for small stuff, oh, it's perfect, absolutely perfect. So I mean, the Snapdragon. I mean, it's like I don't get into too much laptop work. I do have one. I mean, my laptop is old, guys. I mean, it's a Toshiba Satellite. It works just fine. So I have no reason to like really upgrade it at this particular juncture. Maybe down the road I can sit there and update it, cool. But as of right now, not interested. Uh, but for anybody else out there that's like, you guys are dailying some of this stuff, you're going to be the guys that want to know about some of this stuff. I would love to get my hands on some of these laptops and be able to test them out, even if I had to give them back. But Qualcomm isn't going to do that for me. None of these other device manufacturers are going to. Oh yeah, we're going to spend money on this YouTuber. I mean, I'd give it back, and they don't even have to spend any money other than shipping it, and I'd ship it back myself. But yeah, I'm not cool enough for them. Yeah. So if my wife updates any of her stuff at any point in time, she'd be the one to actually get me to check out some of this. We just got her a laptop not that long ago. Like about a year ago, we finally got her a new laptop. But I'm not spending $2,000-$3,000 for a laptop. I would rather get her for $2,000-$3,000. I'll get her an actual PC that she can have at her disposal. It doesn't make sense. Some of this stuff, it's like, man, $3,000. I can get her an $800 laptop and take the other $2,000 and buy Bitcoin. I'm just saying, right? So does anybody got any comments or questions before I sign out? Look at G15. G15. Oh, it's a Dell. Oh, I had a feeling that's a Dell. I'm not a big Dell fan. I'm anti-Dell. Ever since Dell had their dying dying hard drives that were just failing under light freaking usage. I've been anti-Dell, and then Dell bought Alienware, and I was kind of salty on that one and stopped buying Alienware. I just wish the CPU was AMD. Yeah, exactly. I think that's like where I really like for the wife is make sure it's got a good AMD CPU in there. Well, most laptops don't let you really do any kind of major overclocking anyway, because the power tables are locked usually. The only one that I know of that really kind of let you do anything like that was Alienware. I believe they're still kind of the same way, where you can do a little bit of overclocking, but Alienware is like the big one that allows you to really play with stuff like that. Need a new one now. 7,000 is from 2015. Yeah, yeah. I would. I mean, if you're dailying it, yeah, you're feeling the hurt. You are hurting for sure. And there's a you can find refurbished G15s for like 700. Save yourself a couple $100. Oh, I bet. But you're gonna pay the Origin price tag though. I mean, Origin PC. I mean, you're right around that $2,000 marker for an Origin PC laptop. They are pricey. Anywhere from 1,900 to 2,500. It's like, that's a lot of Bitcoin, guys. That is a lot of Bitcoin. Just saying. Anybody got any other comments or questions before I sign up out of here? Definitely thank you everybody for being here and all that good stuff. Definitely smash that lizard like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. Put some FAs in the chat if you got nothing else. Those FAs for sure. Hope we got some FAs. Because you guys are rated F for freaking awesome. Yo. Hell yeah, brother. Love it. Got that sea of FAs going on. Nice. Love it, love it. You guys are all awesome. Thank you, every one of you guys, for being here. You're the reason why I come do this each and every time. Because you guys are an awesome community. Great people to hang out with. Love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. All that good stuff. Until next time, may your watts be low and your hash be high. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all.